Next, the member from Essex.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Speaker, thousands of people rallied here at Queen's Park over the weekend for decent jobs, for decent futures for their families, for schedules you can plan a life around, and for a $15 an hour minimum wage. Thousands like Erendira Bravo, who works in construction as a contract worker when she really should be a full-time employee. Thousands who want to be able to afford their bills and pay their rent, who want to put food on the table and maybe even plan for their future. Speaker, will the Premier act on the evidence, follow the lead of Alberta and elsewhere, and increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour?
Minister of Children and Youth Services, come to order, please.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the member for that question.
Excuse me. Minister of Children and Youth Services, come to order. Premier. Minister of Labour.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you for the question to the member opposite. Speaker, I was aware of the people that came down to Queen's Park over the weekend, and they're asking for us to take another look at the changing workplaces, Speaker, and what's happening out there in the world of work. And we know, Speaker, that the nature of the work in the province of Ontario is changing. It's changed since the Employment Standards Act was last looked at in the 1990s and 2000 on the Labour Relations Act, and that's why we're taking the positive step, Speaker, of putting in a changing workplaces review. We've had two advisors been travelling the province now for some time. They've been talking to organized labour, they've been talking to people about the impact that work is having on ordinary people's lives in the province of Ontario. They have an interim report out, Speaker, where they brought back the findings, they brought back some of the options that would deal with those findings, Speaker. Speaker, the Changing Workplaces Review is designed to address exactly the issues that the member is talking about.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, over the weekend, thousands of hardworking Ontarians who want to provide futures for their children yet are finding it harder than ever to get ahead don't think that a living wage should be impossible. And New Democrats don't think that a living wage should be impossible either. Will the Premier listen to Ontarians, to the workers that gathered here over the weekend, and increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour?
Thank you. Minister.
Speaker, thank you once again to the member for that question. Speaker, you go back and remember between 1996 and 2000, this province had one of the lowest minimum wages in the country, Speaker. It was frozen for that entire period of time, Speaker. It was frozen at $6.85, Speaker. We knew we could do better, and what we wanted to do was put a process in place that allowed for regular increases to the minimum wage, Speaker, and for the last few years, Speaker, we've been leading the country when it comes to the provinces in this country and the minimum wage. Alberta has moved ahead a little bit at this point in time. What we have is stability, we've got predictability, and what we'll be doing, Speaker, in 2019 is reviewing the minimum wage again. It's got a 5-year review, but people in this province can rely on regular increases that are based on CPI, Speaker. That's something neither party was able to do in the past.
Thank you.